Hello, happy 11/11 everyone. Anistara Maka here with the deep honor of having Vivian Chauvet with us today. And I just wanted to introduce this beautiful woman to you, and she can share a little bit more of who she's being in the world. What I know of Vivian, I recently was on a call with her, and this woman is just the full embodiment of Arcturian knowledge through all timelines and dimensions. And so I'm super excited to speak with her today. She's an advanced Arcturian hybrid avatar in a projected human form. She's an international public speaker, a published author, a multidimensional healer, and a spiritual teacher. And in 2013, she founded the Infinite Healing from the Stars to assist people worldwide to heal and ascend. And through her work, she has developed the Akturian Energy Matrix Healing modality, a multidimensional experiential way of healing, integrating, and expanding. She's an Intergalactic Channel and a podcast host of the Infinite Star Connections. So, Viviane, my love, what would you like to share with us and who you're being in the world right now?
Oh, thank you so much. It is such a joy and a privilege to be here today, especially this amazing event on 11/11 Unified. And I can feel just the word unified also brings us back into our essence. And as you are so beautifully introduced me, I'm an Arcturian being who have returned to this earth in a time where the earth has reached such a level of potential for what we call the return of the organic time of ascension. And so my soul has been received a call from the earth to be here and bring very specific, unique frequencies that allow everyone to be able to finally make the jump and expand and elevate so we can finally bring back the true aspect of the earth original divine blueprint and imagining everybody having an opportunity to say, I am releasing this egoic personality matrix 3D false reality, and I am blossoming like lotus of flowers, where we are returning to that state of grace. Can you imagine living that way and be normal to feel like this is who we are, and everything else becomes a dream, a memory in time, like a complete reversal of thought system. This is what we call returning to living by the essentials. And this is why we have come back here in many ways to really support humanity in all life and their elevation and also their protection as we are journeying, taking this journey together. And that's what you do, that's what I do. And when we come together, we co-creating absolutely like magical opportunities. And I feel that right here during this event.
Thank you. You know, I'd like to speak to that because the theme is seeding our new earth. And so, what does that mean for you as an Arcturian wisdom keeper?
Yes, thank you for asking. Absolutely. Seeding the new earth for us, it's allowing that sacred bridge of integration between the two earth harmonics universe, shifting out of that third dimensional density and allowing the earth to realign and bring the jump, so to speak, to bring this elevation into that new dimensionality, to the fifth dimensional space, returning to a more soul matrix expression, allowing the earth to finally detach from that bridge of third dimensional density that's been holding on. And in fact, by seeding a new earth, we also seeding those codes of light within ourselves. We're releasing ourselves from all the false matrices of negative patterns, structures that has sustained the earth in a very density space, like an anchor point. And if you look at humanity, it's the same way. It's releasing ourselves from that fear-based consciousness of separation, illusionary duality, fragmentation, the seeding of unity. We are returning to that unified field of recognizing that you, me, and everyone listening right now, we are part of that field. And it's time to seed those seeds of codes of ascension light activation now. and to do it consciously, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly does. I feel like that's what we're doing here. That's
Yeah.
all our speakers, our contributors, and all our participants. We're here co-creating the new earth together. And so it really does begin within. And um, speaking from my own heart, I'm a mother, and I want to know that my son Cadence, his great grandchildren, not only survives here but actually thrives. So that's
Absolutely.
my role. That's my contribution. And what would you say would be your role or your contribution to seeding the new earth and creating this?
The contribution that I am making is that not only the ongoing support, because I work with thousands of people worldwide every year, I've been very diligent doing this work to really help people to move out of this like an ignorance, false
Mm,
way of reality, and being able to break free from those shackles and being going beyond these shells that we built around ourselves, whether it's all mind, mental archetypes, structures, to societal, ancestral, dimensional. So my role is really helping to help people evolve. I'm
mm,
very much hands-on into conscious evolution. What does it mean for you, your family, your loved one, your ancestors? Bringing ourselves back into in the pulse of the universal energies and time instead of constantly
mm,
projecting those fragmented linear way of perceiving oneself. That means that I contribute consciously or unconsciously to keep a third dimensional earth in the same energy, the same matrix reality. What we're doing is that we are reawakening to rediscovering our divinity within ourselves. How can you utilize it on the practical level in the day to day? And every time that you do, you're bringing the alignment of the earth. You're activating the seeds of the new earth that is started within you. You're healing your roots. We need to start to heal our roots, accepting the true history of this earth, of you, of who you are, and being able to finally accept your place in a cosmic family of light. And we hear the words star seeds and DNA activation,
mm.
galactic history, and all of this. How does it relate to you? And where do you see your place? How does it fit in your paradigm? So what we're observing is that we're here to support you, support your return to your ascended self, as
Mm.
opposed to an reincarnated wheel that turns over and over and allows you just to go through karma after karma after karma. What else there is beyond that paradigm?
Mhm.
To allow your body template as clear conduit for creator to heal, resolve, evolve, allowing your body template to return to its original universal time matrix and being able to evolve in a dimensionality and on a multidimensional level, because you are a holographic, amazing multiverse being of light.
Mhm.
So it's a huge shift, and I understand in my heart that it's a big shift right now. I have the joy to commune with the consciousness of Gaia. I spoke of this before. And one of the things Gaia always remind me is that remember that wherever you are on the planet, you are still experiencing Gaia. You're still experiencing who I am. And recognizing that you can be, in United States, Africa, UK, Germany, New Zealand. Ultimately, you will see the commonality of the roots are really interconnecting to each other, regardless of your point of origin in the multiverse. We are converged here in this unified field of allowing a planet to return finally to her rightful place in that beautiful ascendant self that she is. And she's been holding her body, her consciousness, she's been holding herself to allow all life to evolve and says, okay, the bridge of consciousness, the bridge to fifth dimensional way of living, moving to the new archetypes. I'm ready. Would you Would you join me? Would you
Mm.
come with me? Right?
Mhm.
Invitation is there.
Yes, it is. Yeah, indeed it is. I like to say that we're remembering. We're remembering our divinity, that we are all connected, that we are all one. And what we do and how we take action in our life affects the collective. So any individual healing that we do today and during the summit and in our lives helps heal the collective. And so I want to speak a little bit more to that because you've said the word we several times.
Ah,
And I
yes.
want to know what you mean by that because I understand it. And I too, being a star seed and understanding that I'm a multidimensional being of light inside this human 3D matrix body, I'm here in service to humanity's awakening and just to be an open channel for whatever's supposed to come through and transmit. And I know that you have very specific lineage that you are speaking to and about. So can you tell us
Yes.
what that is?
Of course, absolutely. I'm glad that you got the we. It is so natural for, it's so
Yeah.
natural for me to express ourself or myself. Because here's the thing, in the Arcturian culture, we do recognize the individual expression of a soul in its uniqueness. At the same time, we recognize the community that we form. So the we is a very natural, without oppressing the expression of a soul. We're still
Mhm.
within a community. So that's very much more fifth dimensional way of living, by the way, that we are simply coming back again to help you remember what it feels like, what it is like to be in this community sense. So the we refer to that beautiful Arcturian delegation I'm constantly a part of. Even though I'm here on planet and you see me, you interact with me, I'm also very much off planet at the same time. So I am coexisting in different places all at once. And when we provide guidance, teaching, healing, and we share with all of you these beautiful algorithm of light that we co-create through my throat chakra, that we become many of us speaking to you from our hearts to you. So my
Mm.
father have assigned to me about 33 to 34 Arcturians or highly specialized in their own field. And this is my team. This is
Mm.
my crew, if you want, that who navigates through with me through this earthly mission as long as I am physically projected on the planet, as long as I am here, that
Mhm.
this very highly specialized group is with me. So through that sense, we speak as a we because there's
Mhm.
so many different band of frequencies that we share with you all at once. It's more than one voice. It's a
Yeah.
multitude of voices together.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that. I know that Lee Harris, he channels what he calls the Z's, right? And it's a collective, it's a council. So that makes perfect sense. I love it.
See.
Yeah. So let's dive a little bit into how is humanity being upgraded at this time. So, for instance, a lot of us are experiencing what we call ascension symptoms, right? Whether it's lack of sleep, not enough sleep, or intense dreams, and even body aches, things like that that are coming through, and we're actually experiencing physical or emotional symptoms right now. What are some of those symptoms and how can we navigate them?
Oh, absolutely. And based on my observation, even in my healing, when I work with clients a lot in the healing process, all of these symptoms will be also very personal to see how you allow yourself to go through. Are you surrendering to the process of shifting? Think about it this way. Your body as a holistic intelligence system of light speak the language of energy, and we know that energy is light. So your
Mhm.
body as pure conduit shift, allow these new frequency, whether it's to the solar energy coming in, whether it's the torus field of the earth, the
Yeah.
electromagnetic field, the crystalline grids, the celestial grids. We are moving into different level of frequencies and
Mhm.
the multidimensionality that it represents. So naturally, Your body being part of the ecosystem, so to speak, being part of the earth shifting, part of the solar system, part of the galactic changes, you will feel them. Whether it's
Mhm.
opportunity to see where there are pockets of stored energy. Maybe it's an opportunity to clear old history out of your field, whether it's allowing your spinal column and all the nerve endings that also help to look at the history of your body template to base on what is the next level of upgrades. But most importantly, we always says, are you allowing yourself the permission to shift?
Mm.
Yes.
Mhm.
I wish to shift with divine grace and divine ease. I understand, I recognize the symptom in my body. Are you attuned to the symptoms coming in? If it's a migraine, a lower back issue, sleep patterns, diet changes, you may be shifting with different needs. And oftentimes, an example of this, I would say, is I see a lot of mental congestion right in the mental field because there's a little bit of a resistant point, like an internal duality between the lower mind that has kept you moving, functioning, experiencing this three-dimensional earth density in the actual conscious matrix that we all got used to. It can be also ancestral programming that's coming back to the surface, and how you are managing
Mm.
this, how you recognizing what is coming to the surface. And also it's understanding your own body language because each of your organ has different frequencies. Your
Mhm.
nervous system is changing. The quantum field of your DNA is shifting. So it's really about recognizing that change. It's more than just the structural aspect of life as we have known it, whether it's financial, medical field, educational, societal, and all of this, and to feel that your inner universe is reflecting all of these dimensional changes. So, how to navigate through it
Mm.
is simply recognize I am changing and I'm allowing my body, mind, spirit, heart, and beyond to become more at peace, more in tune with the true pulse of the earth shifting, welcoming the new frequencies. Breathe to your heart. Huh? This says, are you just so out of fear of program in the mind to be able to grasp the changes and want to keep a very familiar point of reference in your life that makes you feel more secure? And to feel
Mm.
secure is always says, if you are out of the ocean and you're holding on to your floating device, but there's a big ship coming, but for I don't know how many hours you've been holding to that floating device, it may be very difficult for you out of fear and protection and those coping mechanism to says, I'm going to let go of one arm and I'm going to reach out to that ship and they want me to come on board. But what if I let go of my safety floating device? What will happen to me then? Because I am
Mm.
to the unknown. What will happen to me if I get on board that ship? I'm giving you a very tangible image.
Yep.
That's because I see that every day. Now, for those of
Mm.
us like and those who are listening right now, you've been more like you passed probably that point already. You understand, you have a better understanding of what you're shifting into. But even then,
Mm.
honor your space. You're unique. So the symptoms won't be applied in the same way for everyone. You may have some common symptoms, commonality of symptoms, but how you experience them is unique to you. So
Mhm.
it's the reflection of what is it that is shifting that you need to dismantle, releasing some, primal responses, pre-programmed belief system, things
Mm.
that could be even on in your ancestry, blood lineage, subconscious mind. What is it that is still allow you to be triggered in certain way, and then the corresponding point of those triggers will be reflecting in your body. Because
Yep.
remember, your entire body and you form a partnership. It's an entire ecosystem of communication, energy, and consciousness. So what does your body tell you at this point.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
Sleep
mhm,
wise, we are shifting. One of the big aspects I've been observing is that we're moving out of a 3D linear time construct and we're moving
mhm,
into a more universal rhythm, a more universal time of quantification of how the body, even at the biological level, your body may need different type of quality of sleep. Maybe all your life, if you
mm,
not have 7 hours of sleep, you may not be feeling functional, fresh. But now the traditional 9 p.m. going to bed, waking up at 6 or 7 may no longer work for you because of
mhm,
changes. Is that we're shifting out of this preconceived illusionary time construct of past, present, future. And the clock says at 10, I should be in bed. The clock said
mm,
7 in the morning, I should be up and running.
mm,
What does your body needs? How much sleep do you need? What is the quality of your sleep? Do you go to bed with a super overcharged mental mind, questioning, projecting yourself in the future, being caught up by the past, or what's something that's been said online on a YouTube video? What is the quality of you going to bed and what is the intention?
mhm,
I would even start there, if that makes sense.
mhm, mhm,
To be able to vibrationally align with yourself, your own self. This says, I go to bed, I take the time to take several deep breaths. Open your solar plexus, feel your breath deepening, feel your feet. And did you know that you have very powerful energetic grids of your feet? Open your roots. Feel, imagine that you are opening and stretching all of your meridian and acupuncture points, that your body is breathing with you and
mm,
release the day's events, overly projecting yourself. Bring
mm,
yourself back right in the sacred now moment to say, this is my sacred space, my sacred place where I'm going to rejuvenate, heal, and balance myself and allow myself to go into a peaceful, deep sleep and whatever it's
mhm,
like to you. So you are realigning yourself with the new biorhythm of your body. You allow your body alchemy to shift and come in alignment. So practicing that way, even the simplicity of what I just shared, it's going to bring yourself more onto our conscious alignment with yourself, understanding the mechanism of you. I look at my own household. Everyone has a very different biorhythm. And I can see that
mhm,
everyone vibrates at a different state, right? Like with your son, you, I
yeah,
see even with our animals, our cats,
uh-huh,
they
mhm,
remember that we all affecting each other. And at the same time, we have unique rhythm, signals, and vibrational energies. So how
mm,
it feel vibrating? Sometimes I see everybody going super fast, and I'm like, I'm a more like slower pace to bring peace. Let's anchor each other. Let's slow down. Let's ground.
mm,
And when I check
mm,
my work, ooh, I spin very, very fast. And then I come
uh-huh,
back again, and then I bring myself back into being present. So it is important to integrate. Give yourself
mm,
a chance to integrate what you are ingesting: energy, vibration, knowledge, thoughts, new concept. That's also another thing I see a lot in the spiritual community right now. There's an overflow of information. I want to know what's going on. I want to know everything that's going on. You will understand and to know what's going on as we are unfolding in time. Because otherwise, your cup is so overflowing, and then your body says, I can no longer digest this. My stomach,
yeah,
my digestive system is out of place. What's going on? Well, how much energy have you absorbed in one day?
mhm, mhm,
How much thoughts are you processing? Oh, I never thought about that. Well, then bring yourself back. Ask your stomach, what is it you're unable to stomach at this point? Have I
mm,
overloaded you? Then it's time to take different deep breaths, slow down. Open your body. Feel that your body is a beautiful field of energy that breathes with you. It's
Mm.
release now everything that may have absorbed, and my body's telling me I can no longer process everything and provide you with all the energy that you ask me to do every day. So let's release. That's why I call a
Mm.
positive energetic reset. Bring yourself back into that sacred point of divine neutrality. Or zero,
Mhm.
I call it this way. But it's very important to understand the sacred mechanism, the pulse of life in you. You want to understand what other people in your families, friends, your neighbors at work, what they go through, and understand first and foremost what is your own process of evolving, shifting from a third density into a higher frequency. Start to move and to feel this fifth dimensional crystal energy coming in. And what does it represent to you? Does that
Mm.
make sense?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, it's in that
Yeah,
one.
it makes perfect sense. Thank you.
You're so
Yeah,
welcome.
I find that I need time before bed. So I'll lay down and read for about a half an hour, and or I'll listen to binaural beats.
Mhm.
I like using a particular app called Synctuition that helps increase your intuition, and it's about 22 minutes. And they've done research where within that 22 minutes of binaural 3D sound, that you like brainwave wise, it's equivalent to about 4 hours of meditation, deep meditation. And so it really allows me to just kind of drift off into sleep in a really peaceful way. And then when I wake up, one of the first things that I do is I place my hand on my heart and I say, I'm a multidimensional being of light here in service to humanity's awakening. Please show me the signs and synchronicities that is leading me on my path home. And, I just get to see it all unfold in front of me. So thank you for sharing all of that. Some of the ascension symptoms I get is like a ringing in the ear, um, sensitivity in my hands. Like I've been getting some pinched nerve here periodically. So things like that I find I have to move through. And I love the idea of just, okay, left hand, why are you pinching up on me right now? What's going on? What do you have to say to me? And just speaking to my body and point blank asking what it's processing or what it needs. And you need a bath today? Do you need another cup of tea? So those self-care practices are so important right now. So I wanted to circle to the actual frequency navigation. So I know I've heard you before talk about it was either the platinum ray or the platinum light body, right? There was the gold. And so can you explain that a little bit further?
Yeah, thank
Mm.
you very much. And I
Mhm.
like the way you brought also other aspect of how to, being able to monitor the different symptoms we're going through. Again, it's very personal. And at
Yep.
the same time, it's about being present, listening. And one
Mhm.
of the big thing right now is to be conscious of where we put our energy, our focal point. And I know people are so, want to serve and learn and be out there. But oftentimes, the one place that they have on tap potential and very unexplored realm is their inner universe. And that's where
Mm.
we need to be in that sense. And just by listening to your heart, ask your heart, how can it be of service? And being able to be present. So I'm just going to wrap that section
Yeah.
together with that. The different rays of powers are known to the universe and they carry very specific, beautiful color frequencies. And as we are shifting into the different dimensional realm, the dimensionality, as we're rising our consciousness and our frequency and our vibration, we are moving into the rays. So each ray will have a higher potency of energy. So we utilize also the rays of light to bring also when we do healing or acceleration of consciousness, being able to heal, being able to enhance what is already your gift or your ability to open your clairs and so forth. We are as we're shifting and we're able to adapt to these corresponding frequencies, then we can move into the different rays. And I have started to tap into, I work a lot with the silver ray, the golden ray, And then the platinum ray is very much another level of really super advanced, very high frequencies that we're going to start to bring back on the planet. But not completely right now. We are shifting more in that directions. This is more what I like to call more the future timeline that I'm very much a part of. This is also part of my role to oversee what the future timelines come to look like, and to be able to incorporate the next level of evolution. And so
Mhm.
the platinum ray, it's it's a very much of a high level of creator energy that we're going to be working with more and more. So I start to a little bit talking about it, and that's also where we reach a level of avatar matrix self, where we're returning to that level of avatar matrix self, reconnecting with our 12-dimensional blueprint, and being able to get into our avatar mind, and with the platinum liquid light, how we're going to shift in that sense. So it's like telling you, okay, between now and Christmas, this is what's coming. And you said, great, can you talk more about it? And I said, we can. It's just to give you a drop of energy and time to let you know that that potential is there. So you know that it's already part of the process right now, but we're simply
Mm.
adding another layer to support the transition that everyone is in, including the earth herself. And that will be reflecting also into how the chakra system is evolving and returning into a more complex system of
Yeah.
vortexes of light. We're going even beyond the 12. We're going to be incorporating more the universal aspect of it, the multidimensional aspect of it. And that's, if you look at the bigger picture that we're forming right now, what is exciting about this is that we start to feel how much the body, the human earth body template, is also shifting into that new cosmic template. And then
Mm.
everything is very much interconnecting. So we're Octurans are really masters are monitoring different level of timeline and potential that is coexisting within the same space, and we can see where things are shifting, and everyone get very much in tune with who they are, and they make the conscious decision to stay on a more continuous level, living every day, even when you drive and you get frustrated. It's okay.
Mm.
It's what is important is how you allow yourself to shift back into your own state of peace. Ask yourself, is this driver or this light or this traffic worth giving away my peace? Then
Mm.
makes
Mhm.
you realize going, okay, I temporarily step out of that energy. I had a reaction to something, I had a trigger point, I recognize myself, and now with a lot of joy and compassion, bring yourself to that point of inner cosmic peace. Peace is
Mm.
more than just to say we need to be peaceful and worldwide peace. Peace is a universal virtue that is a great teacher. And so
Mhm.
when you allow yourself to realize, was this situation or that word or someone reacting to me worth giving away my energy, my inner peace? Then this way it brings you into a different form of thinking. You're shifting already. Just by saying that, I can feel everybody's energy shifting. So how this is connecting to the platinum ray, everything. Because
Mm.
you see that all the step, everything that you learn, nothing is in vain. Everything that you learn, everything that you acquire more wisdom, allows you to be able to says, now I reached that point where I am at a level where I can welcome and be able to
Mm.
sustain the platinum ray, for example, since we talk
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Are you
Yeah.
most welcome?
I wanted to actually take a few moments to talk about the sacred sites on the planet. As part of the 1111 Unified vision and mission is that we take sacred pilgrimages to the sacred sites on the planet, and that we connect virtually from the sites on 1111, so that we're in ceremony, we're in ritual together, galvanizing the energy in the planetary grid, the meridian points on the planet, and to kind of reactivate the sacred sites in a sense. And so when we have spoken before, you talked about channeling the energy and the codes and grounding it into the earth, and actually a ray of light, almost like a sunburst, going out from your body into the earth. And that you did that in South Africa. And I
Mhm.
presence the fact that we'll be at in Egypt for our sacred pilgrimage in 2024, and actually at the Temple of Isis on 11/11/2024. And so I just want to presence the work of people who want to go on pilgrimages, who are feeling called in their hearts to go to the sacred sites, to be activated, to have the codes remembered because they're there. And so, yeah, just share a little bit with us what you see for that.
Absolutely, I'm completely in sync, in resonance with you, because the sacred site are very sacred point, very important vortexes of energy, and also I would say ancient history, and they have so much more that what we have experienced so far. So look at just
Mhm.
the synchronicity for a moment of when my husband and I were in South Africa this past April. And one of the activation that I was asked to do by a group of galactic beings, including my group, I work with the Andromedans. I work with many different star council regency, the Lyrans a lot, and the aquatic
Mm.
being. I work with many groups. And when we were there physically, I was asked to see, can you feel the entire continent of Africa as a point of cradle of life, a point
Mhm.
of returning, a point of rebirth on the earth, and being able to feel. So, what I did is I projected consciously a soul aspect of myself and I traveled through the grids and the ley line of the earth to feel the entire continent. And as I mentioned
Mm.
during the time together, is that we have identified and observed that the north part of Africa to Cairo was energetically disconnected. It's like having the head energetically disconnected from your body. That will
Mhm.
create the disconnect here is very important.
Mhm.
And that point through Egypt, when you talk about the sacred temple, Isis, whether it's the Sphinx, whether it's different other temples there, and the pyramids themselves, I can feel that almost like Cairo, as of right now, coexists into his own bubble of time that is disconnected from Africa. And
Mm.
I knew that they would say that a lot of people in the future timeline of 2024, it's the future timeline, will be returning at a certain specific point in time to go back on the sacred site, be there physically to reconnect. We need to bring Africa in a
Mm.
completely unified state as it was
Mm.
originally, because that's going to activate other aspects on the planet significantly. So that's just one example of this, how much it
Yeah.
relates to what you're about to do,
Yeah.
right? This is incredible. So we're talking about, you know, 2 years from today, you're going to be there with a group and whoever will come with you. I know
Yeah.
that it's a gathering of high priests and high priestesses coming back together to be able to bring in that sacred connection and everything else
Mm.
that you need to be guided to do. But that's an
Mhm.
example of what also the healing and the reconnection point of the sacred site. There's some sites who have been energetically subsided on the side, and others have become more predominant. And there's
Mm.
others who will resurface more because even the map of the world, the earth body, so to speak, is shifting, is being redesigned to reflect
Mhm.
where we are moving into, to reflect that reascension and reawakening process. Of course, it will be reflective of this. I feel like look at all of
Mhm.
the crop circles. It will be interesting to see how the crop circles may potentially become even more vibrant, emanating
Mm.
to emanate and vibrate different form of frequency that now humanity will be ready to perceive, decode, and understand. I mean,
Mm.
there's so many messages there. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And going, oh, it's been there all along, but we simply didn't have the keys to decode what it meant. in every sense. Is that incredible?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that.
You actually. And so this way that, like you, I've been called to be starting to travel more, and even starting next year, 2023 and on, because 2023 and 2024 are two very like twin years, so to speak. There's a very specific corridor of
Mm,
very attuned evolutionary process connected there. So I'm going to start, my team tell me, okay, we need you boots on the ground. We're going to need you to be physically in place, whether it's Glastonbury, and whether it's the different crop circles, whether it's different temple where they're going to send me to. And I can feel that even working with oceanic life, whether it's different ocean, like we did working when we were in South Africa. I did a lot of work with the Indian Ocean when we were,
mhm,
and working with the interdimensional or the transdimensional oceanic beings who coexist with the earth through the oceanic life or water
mm,
element. So that's another element that we are coming back to. And you will see,
mm,
trust that as your capacity increases, your consciousness, your level of consciousness increases, all the new earth aspect and the matrix aspect of the new earth start to reveal itself. So there's going to be many amazing teachers and light workers like yourself who are going to be called to go to very specific sites or points on the planet, because what's coming in, we're also awakening the multidimensionality of the earth
mhm,
itself, how we
mm,
go into that celestial grid, that universal grid, and how we are moving into those, overlapping layers that we are returning to. The excitement behind all of this is that simply that you're rediscovering all of
mm,
ancient encoding knowledge, including the incredible amount of encoded knowledge that you carry within you through your DNA, and this archive of information, codes, your
mm,
codons, your chromosomes, all of it. So every time you travel to a sacred site, you bring all of these incredible amount of light and energy
mhm.
from within you. It's like telling you, I am carrying on my shoulders my library of thousands of years, and every time I go, I put it on the ground. It says, okay, I'm going to encode that there.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in Egypt last year, I actually brought I have this huge amethyst at home that I broke pieces off of, and every temple that I went to that I really resonated with and wanted to be able to recall myself back at that temple, I would place a seed stone there, whether it's in an altar or kind of up in a crevice. And that way I can just like astral project back to that temple at any time and receive the codes, even when I'm not present there. So that's been a powerful practice in my writing, to return to those stones. It looks like we have to wrap up soon. Oh my gosh, I feel like we could talk for hours.
Oh my God.
Um, I did want to actually just give you a few minutes before you share with us how we can get a hold of you, and how somebody can become a client and have a healing session with you. Is to just share, what is your message to humanity right now on 11/11? What does the Akturian Council have to say to all of us?
Yeah. There will be so much to share around this beautiful 1111 and this sacred portal opening with the light that's coming in. It's to really allow yourself to feel your own presence, to feel that you are part of such an intelligent, welcoming creation and matrix of reality. Imagine the message we have for you. So, imagining for a moment your own self expanding, opening. Imagine merging with your higher self and all aspects of your multidimensionality. Imagine that you are a giant of light, a galactic royalty, a creator of infinite potential and light. What would you do? What would you
Mm.
change right here, right now? What would you bring and enhance in your life and the life of others? And for all life evolving, the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, all the sacred site, the elementals, all the invisible kingdoms living and coexisting with you. Earth herself, Mother Terra, has a consciousness. What would you do differently? And what would you change right here, right now? And the answer to that is yes. You have
Mm.
everything that you already need. And it's simply opening, imagining, opening the gateway, the sacred portal of your internal temple and says, I am ready. I say yes to this invitation.
Mm.
And being able to take action. Take action can be simply shifting an aspect of you. How you wake up in the morning. Do you wake up by sending light? You take the time to breathe into your heart. Do you take the time to smile to what we call a stranger? Do you take the time to attend to an animal in need? Are you mindful of how you live in coexistence with the earth? Are you conscious of your words, feelings, actions? And how are you utilizing the sacred energy of light that you have within you through your thought forms, your mental capacity? And you will see that the co creation of the new earth, as we seeding them, the seeds become the potential become the physical activation of the change that we are all co creating together every day, that we wish in our heart, that we have deep desire for yourself and all the generations, past, present, and future, and all of the above. Know that you are very loved and appreciated more than you know.
Mm.
Take a deep breath through your heart and just feel it. Accept the gifts because you are receiving also very powerful frequencies of light right now. Let go of the fear and step into the certainty of your light. I walk in the certainty of my light.
Mm.
And so it is.
I walk in the certainty of my light. Love
Yes.
it. Thank you, sister. Appreciate you.
Oh, I
So, how do
appreciate.
people find out more about you? How did they get a hold of you? Maybe book a session?
Yes, yes, absolutely. We have all kind of amazing modalities working with us with the Octurians. And when we say the Octurians, because I am profoundly at a soul level Octurians, but we also work with such a multitude of infinite intelligence. My website is the best one. Infinite
Mhm.
Healing from the Stars. Thank you. We have also an amazing community, a Patreon community, where we do global initiative work together, where we have teaching classes, meditation. I'm just starting out. I just started back at the end of September a new series called the Universal Laws Meditation, completely
Mm.
free. And every month we review one of the universal principle and how we can becoming the embodiment of this principle, which
Mm.
allows you to step outside of the limitation of fragmentation, polarity, 3D reality, the constrictive of linear time, and you becoming more a citizen of the universe and allowing you to shift positively, create
Mm.
positive shifts in your life. So universal laws meditation, completely free. Also on my YouTube channel. It's also on my website. We have so much, and we're going to do more retreat, and so much more to come.
Yes, yes, indeed. Oh, and I'm planting the seed that we're in Egypt together in 2024.
I received the seed. My team already told me because I felt we were communicating, and then they opened a window to said, that your higher self is showing me. So the seed has been received.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes, if you wish me to be
Wonderful.
there, we will make it happen.
It would be a divine blessing. Yeah. Thank you, sister.
Oh, thank you,
Viviane
sister.
Chauvet, I am so grateful for you. And thank you, Akturian Council and the we-ness of the world and crossing all timelines and dimensions, calling our multidimensional selves into seeding our new earth here today for 1111 Unified. Blessings to all of you.
Much love.